and it's correct, but there are a few things that can be better. Okay, for example, when we have dimensions, all the lines should be lined up. It means that this dimension here, there you go. It's 130. I'm going to do it again because if we go to this point to that point, yeah, that's what I mean. All dimensions should be lined up because if you place a dimension here and another one there, it's like a mess. Okay, so make sure that all of them are lined up, and yeah, that's correct. Second, if we're going to print this out, it's difficult now. It's difficult to tell where the wall and the dimension line. Okay, so there is no difference between this wall and this dimension line. So we have to activate this option. This is thin lines, and these are thick lines. Okay, so that means that by default we have, if you click here, everything is thin, but if you click here, we can have different line weights, and this is what we do because the dimension line is less important than the wall line. So the wall line should be thicker than the dimension line. So when we're talking about the presentation for printing, we have to do that, and then we have to try to create a good style for dimensions. And there is not a fixed criteria for this, but for example, this click line is too thick and too long. So can we fix it? In this, we have the linear dimension style, and we can edit type. And if we edit type here, we have a lot of, for example, the tick mark. It's a diagonal 1/8. Is there anything? We have a diagonal 364. Apply. Okay, looks better. You see, there are other options like the arrow field. I don't like it, so I think the best one is the diagonal 364. That would be the best option, but the tick mark line weight is 5. I wouldn't do that, so I'm going to use 1. So I apply. You see, so I think this is more elegant because there is no conflicts between the walls and the tick marks. Okay. Then, do you want to extend the dimension line? You can control everything here. Okay, so there is a dimension line extension. If you don't want it, we can type 0, apply, and now there is no extension. Okay, so witness lines extension, so that's the witness line. So we type 0, we apply, and we don't extend that. I don't know. I tend to think that the fewer things we have, the better. So the clearer is the clearer the I don't know. Again, there is no uh, there is not a mandatory style for dimensions, but I think this is cleaner and it's better than the original one. Okay, so if you don't mind, do this. We need thickness, the wall thickness, and then there should be a difference between the thickness. That's really important. And then this thick line, uh, I think it's shorter is better and thinner is better, and no extension lines. I think it's clearer. Okay, what would I do? You have to do the same in the section. So if you change the style, it will be like this. If the dimensions, I don't mean that it's the case here, but if the dimensions itself, if the font size is too big or too large, we can also change the text. We have the text size here, so we can make it smaller. If it's 332nd, we can make it 132nd, and it will be smaller. Probably this is too small. uh, 232nd is like this, and then the text offset, we can make it 1/16. Make it 1/32nd. Yeah, it's closer to that line, and 1/64 it will be even closer. Okay, those are small details, but they matter. Mm, so at the end, the most important thing is the difference between the the wall lines and the dimension lines. Then the rest is just, so I think this is nicer than the original one. What's next? Okay, so if the model is correct, you have the elevation, you have this, you have to prepare a sheet. How can we do that? I think you have already done this, but in 120, but let's prepare like a construction document. So we have to insert a new one, and by default we have this 30 by 42. We want another one. We want 11 by 17. So if we want to insert 11 by 17 template, we have to go to insert, and here we have load families. If you have your families loaded here, I don't have it here because it takes up a lot of space, so I use the cloud. Okay, so load Autodesk family from the cloud, and it should work. What do we have to do? It's the title blocks. Okay, so here we have 8 by 8.5 by 11, 11 by 17 vertical, horizontal. I would like 11 by 17 vertical. Okay, so let's select this one, load, and now in sheets, if we open a new one, we have this option, the 11 by 17 horizontal. Okay. Um, we can use the horizontal, or we can shift it to vertical. Let's try the horizontal first. What I want to include here, the level and the south elevation. So what do I do? To prepare the presentation, I think it's always better having like a drawing, a floor plan for the presentation. So we can duplicate this view, and I'm going to rename it level 1 presentation. Oh, by the way, we don't have any. Okay, I'm going to delete this. You don't have to put all the, you have to duplicate with detailing, and if we do that, you can duplicate the dimensions as well. So this is level 1 presentation. And why are we doing this? Because I'm going to uh, create like a drawing in which the crop region is here. Okay, and I want to hide hide the crop region. And now on this level and on this sheet, I can drag this level of presentation, and I can adjust the scale here. So this is 1/8, 3/16. Okay, so now it's something good, and then I can move this level 1 presentation, And what happens? Um, I think that font is too small. I remember that I made it smaller, but now I regret my decision because we find out when we print it out. Okay, so sometimes we print it out and the fonts are either too big or too small. So we have to create like a rule of thumb about the font size and the page size. If this is 11 by 17 and that scale is 3 16ths, probably that font size is too small. Okay, so I'm going to, but I can't do it here, and so I'm going to do it in the presentation. So I select this, I edit type, and and text size is this one, so let's make it 216. Okay, and now I go to the sheet. Probably that works better, but again we have to print it out. I think this is better than the other one, but in level one I I can do different things. For example, in level one, I can show other options. Imagine that I'm not sure about the visibility graphics and I want to create walls in which the cut pattern is solid and black. Okay, because I'm not sure if this is the best option or the other one is the best option. In level one presentation, I haven't changed anything, so I can keep working on this level one, trying different things, but the thing that really matters is the level one presentation. Okay, so yeah, that's I think for this presentation the line is good. For other presentations we will do this, we will fill all these with black so that it's clear the difference between the dimension lines and the walls. But I think at this point it works well. And now we have to do the same with the south elevation. Okay, so with the south elevation, I'm going to duplicate with detailing, and this is south presentation. Okay, and now we have to work with the crop region. Usually I don't need levels, so I can hide in view this category of levels. For But I need something else here. Okay, so for the elevation, I can crop the view, and then I can hide the crop region, and now I can go to the view again and drag the south presentation here, and the scale should be the same. And then remember that scale was 3/16, so that has to be the same scale, 3/16. We have this south presentation, the scale. So what's missing here? When we have the elevation need a context, and the context is the ground floor line. Okay, so we need a thick ground line here. Uh, how can I do it? I think in this, if we go to annotate and we go to detail line, I can just create a line here, and if we want to make it thicker, I can change this category. We have white lines. Okay, so that might work. So this line should be thicker than the lines that we have in the elevation. If we want to make it even thicker, I can select this line, right click, override graphics in view by element, and here I should be able to decide on to make a decision on the weight. This is too thick. Override graphics in view by element, and that is 8. Okay, that works. What if I want, well, here you can unnamed, this is the project as work 1. That's the project number, description. Yeah, too many things here. Oh no, this is the title of the sheet. So the title of the sheet would be floor plan and south elevation, and the project name is class work 1. Okay, so I don't like this title block, so I'm going to try something different. Okay, so if you double click here, you open the sheet itself. Okay, um, so I'm going to copy all that stuff, and I'm going to move it out. And I want to rotate this 90 degrees, and now I have a vertical one. I don't know what the hell is that, so I'm going to, okay. So if I have this vertical one, I can move the client name and the project name here, and I can move the sheet name and the number like this. Okay, and I can get rid of this. I delete all that, and I'm not sure what the hell is this. Can I delete it? No, I can. Okay, so now I have to save this. If I load it into the project, what I do is I change the original family. So I'm going to file, save as a family, and this is 11 by 17 vertical. Okay, so when I have saved this with a different name, I can load it into the project. And now I am in the project again. This is the same, but if I want to try something different, I can create a new sheet with this 11 by 17 vertical. I click OK, and there you go. And here I can drag again the level 1 presentation. It doesn't work because this view is already placed on that sheet. You see? Um, so you can create another duplicate with detailing, and this is level 1 presentation vertical. and the same thing with the south elevation. So what do I want? So in this one, I can try, for example, in visibility graphics. If I go to the walls, I can try the cut pattern, and I can make it solid and black. Okay, and now on this one, I can drag the level 1 presentation vertical like this, and if I in the south presentation, again, I can't drag it because it's already in a different one. So I can duplicate with detailing. This would be the south presentation vertical, and I can drag it here. And the most important thing is that they are lined up. You see that when the two drawings are lined up, we have this dashed line, and that works. And then small details, but these title blocks again should be lined up. This line should be the same length as this one. So this is tricky because if I select the line, I can't shorten, but if I select the drawing, I can shorten this line so that both lines are the same. And what's missing here, I need the line, so I can go to annotate, detail line, and I can create this line here, and by override graphics in view element, I can select solid and weight. It was 8, I think. There you go. I think for this exercise, this layout, the vertical one, works better than the horizontal. So, yeah. So where is the? Here we have all the sheets. We have this one and that one. And here, this is classwork one. This is sections and innovation. And this is 10 whatever. Okay. And now, if we don't like this, we can delete it. But the most important thing is when we are preparing sheets, we can have the same drawing on two different sheets. So that's why we have to make copies. And level 1, it's something that I can use to keep working on that without any concern about the crop regions and all that stuff. Okay, so here I can keep adding. Uh, Imagine that you need auxiliary lines for some reason, you need that, or sometimes we need grid lines. Okay, whatever. So we can keep working on this project, but if we go to this, we can hide in view this category, and then in the sheet itself, we don't have these things that we have in level 1. Okay, so in level we have a drawing with all the working items that we need. We can have these elevation marks, we can have grids, we can have auxiliary lines, but when we want to prepare the presentation, we get rid of everything that we don't need, and this is what we drag into the sheet. Okay, so the final, you have to submit the Revit file with It can be either vertical or horizontal, I don't mind, but I want to see the scale. I want to make sure that both drawings they have the same scale, that you have this line for the elevation, and yeah, so I need a sheet 11 by 17, either vertical or horizontal. And what else do I need? You need to print this out. So if we print into the PDF, we have to select selected views and sheets. Then we select, and what do I want to print? I want to print this sheet A101. This is the horizontal, this is the vertical. So you want to print, you need to print one. Then we click OK. We say yes. And okay, I'm going to get it here. There you go. So you have to submit the PDF. Okay. We can meet on Thursday, tomorrow, and show me this. If you have any questions, you can ask me on Thursday. But you have to submit the Revit file and a PDF sheet, either 11 by 17, either vertical or horizontal.